Last week, Michael Lepicki punched his ticket to the playoffs after a wild and crazy race at Daytona to start the season. Now we are on to race 2. Who will take the gamble that pays off with a win tonight here in Las Vegas? It all gets started right now in the Dev Sports Cards pre-race show. Hello and happy Tuesday evening, everyone. Joshua King with you once again, just like all season long, and ready to get this one underway. Let's take a look here at our race info for this evening. Just over a mile and a half track. This would be one that they consider a quote-unquote cookie cutter track if you ask some racers or experts. And of course, Las Vegas, Nevada, the location for tonight. We're going 110 laps. The stage will be at lap 30. Only one stage tonight as opposed to last week where we had 2 stages. That is specific to super speedway racing only. Now, Las Vegas can run very similarly, at least early in a green flag run, to a super speedway. So we will see close, tight-knit racing here this evening to start off any restart or green flag. And then as people settle in, decide they want to save tires, other people decide they want to run harder, bottom, low, and so on and so forth. Things will spread out, and we will see some good battles throughout the field and see pit strategy hopefully come into play here with some long green flag runs. Let's go trackside and take a look at who's first quick right now in the practice session. That's going to be the number 92 Bad Boy Off-Road Chevy Camaro of Vince Brandt. I'm sorry, that's a Toyota Camry. Vince Brandt out of Kingsport, Tennessee in the Bad Boy Off-Road Camry. Second quick on the practice board right now, it's going to be the 44, Matt Dickerson, your reigning Rookie of the Year. Not defending, you can only win that once. Like to say hello to everyone out there in chat. And oh, Lucy Goosey is Matt Dickerson out of turn 4. Better now than in the race. Welcome in, everyone. Hopefully, just hopefully, tonight is going to go smoother broadcast-wise than last week. And can't wait to hear from some of you and chat with some of you, as always. Let's keep on moving down the field. This is the 36 of Devin Zimmerman in the Dragonbane Ford Mustang out of Roxborough, North Carolina. Nice looking paint there. Got some gold on there, some chrome. Good looking car. Here's the 99 Zaxby's Chevy Camaro of Kenneth Redinger out of Reading, Pennsylvania. Pretty cool. Reading, Pennsylvania, and Redinger is his last name. Onward now to the defending champion. That's the number 19, Justin Parham out of Boiling Springs, South Carolina, in a very patriotic paint. Vortex Optics Chevy Camaro on the matte black base. I really like this paint. Very nice. New one for Justin this evening. Here's the Breast Cancer Awareness Toyota Camry of Ryan Hufford out of Schoolcraft, Michigan in the 83. Here's the number 9 of Warren Keith in the Cherry Coca-Cola Royalty Motorsports Ford Mustang out of Jacksonville, Florida. Go Zim! Devin Zimmerman, of course, you're speaking of. And since you were the first one, Tina, to say anything in the chat and shout out somebody, we're going to get with Devin Zimmerman. And we're going to find him.
Hello?
Devin, Joshua up in the booth. You got a copy, sir?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, man. Sorry it took me a minute to respond, making sure we were all good to go so those out there listening in could actually hear what you say. That's always a good thing. First and foremost, shout out To you, Devin, for all the help and encouragement you're giving me today with OBS, SDK. Obviously, everyone's aware of the issues we had last week rather. But we got her good to go for tonight. Wanted to pull you inside and talk to you, one, about how you feel last week's race went, to build that momentum. Tank Racing off to a phenomenal start, 1-2 finish, locked up a playoff spot for a driver already. Talk to us about that, what that can do going forward, not only for your teammates, for you, but just the team in general.
Yeah, last week was a great race. You always never know what you're going to get from a Daytona or a Talladega race, but it was nice. We had a plan of the team, stay together, try and help each other, and it was nice to get the 1-2 finish for Mike and Josh, and then Derek getting a fourth. I brought it home, I believe, at ninth, if I'm not mistaken. So 4 cars in the top 10. I mean, at Daytona, that's really hard to do. So, it's wonderful to start the season off that way, and hopefully that momentum continues here tonight. I think we got some pretty fast cars. A couple of guys like this track. It's a little tricky, and both ends are a little different. So hopefully we can bring home some more top 5s, top 10s, and maybe another win. But yeah, there's a lot of good drivers here, so you never know. But we're definitely going to try. And yeah, of course, with the OBS stuff, of course we always want a good broadcast, so anything I can do to help.
For sure, it definitely benefits you guys as well, and everyone that wants to watch. I felt so bad last week having to tell people, hey, watch it tomorrow or the next day. Definitely kind of takes away the excitement, the impact of having it live, of course. But yeah, I wanted to go back to what you said about last week's finish. As a team, everyone in the top 10 there, or 4 cars in the top 10, in nearly a 30-car field, which is substantial. Magnificent way to start the season over there for Tank Racing. There's some powerhouse teams here, and that'll go a long way down the stretch. Devin, we'd like to give you a couple minutes here, or a couple seconds rather, to shout out anyone you'd like to thank or talk about before we let you get back to work for roughly last 6 minutes of practice.
Yeah, appreciate it. Shout out to all the Tank Racing members, Josh, Derek, Mike, Walt, for just everything we do together. We work so well together, so shout out to them. Shout out to all the fans that are watching. We can't, we can do it, but we don't like to do it just for ourselves. It's nice to have people out there cheering for us, and even if it is on a simulator, but we greatly appreciate it. Shout out to all of the Tank Racing sponsors: Healthcare, Billing, Hundred and Anesthesia, Common Sense Supplements, and then I got Dragonbane on the car this season. It's a tabletop role-playing game. If you ever played Dungeons and Dragons, it's kind of similar to that, but a little bit different. I started using it in some of the games that I play in, and it's a fabulous system. Just makes it really easy and fun. So yeah, shout out to them. But yeah, appreciate you up in the booth putting this on every week. Problems or not, it's awesome to have a broadcast, and it's really nice to be able to watch it back and see how the races went from outside of the cockpit. So yeah, appreciate that greatly.
Absolutely, man. And final words, Tina Miller says, hey Devin, let's get a win. And she says race nights are her favorite. Mine too, Tina. So best of luck to you, Devin. That's why we pulled you in here. She was the first one to leave a comment in the broadcast, and I was like, you know what, he helped me tremendously. This is meant to be. I got to talk with him. But we'll get you back up to your teammates and let you get back to work, and we'll talk to you later.
Yeah, thanks, Mom. That's my mom, by the way.
Right on. All right, sir. Once again, folks, that was the driver out of Roxborough, North Carolina, Devin Zimmerman. Tank Racing, 4 drivers in the top 10 last week. That is an amazing way to start the season. Let's keep on moving through the field here. This is the Moza Racing number 33 Chevy Camaro of Zach Stevens out of Bethune, South Carolina. Switched up the colors on that ride this season. So far, he had a very nice orange and black one. This one I really love as well. These are my exact softball team colors, which is pretty cool. So really like all of Zach's paints that he brings out so far. Nicholas Walthorn here in the 54. He was awfully fast last week. He's awfully fast again. He's got that 54, second quick in the practice session right now. That's the Royalty Racing Network Chevy Camaro. Appreciate the love from Nicholas Walthorn. Where's all the Walthorn fans tonight? Jesse, what's up, man? Thank you for your help. You solidified the official fix with what you sent me there, and we're gonna keep our fingers crossed lasts all night. But yeah, I'm excited to get back on the track with you tomorrow night. That's always fun too. It's really cool to be able to race with a lot of you guys that I get the opportunity to broadcast for the night before. Keep on moving through the field. There's the 55 Cat machine of Ryan Gomes out of Arcata, California. Tammy Strong on the Ford Mustang as well. One of the admins in the SCSRA does a phenomenal job. Here's Ian Davis in the 69. Good close-up of Ian Davis there in the BanditChippers.com Chevy Camaro. Nice looking ride there. I like the mix of the yellow, black, red, white. Here's Phil Ellis Jr. in the 29. Following close behind that 44 of Matt Dickerson in the Fruit Stripes. 29, Lucky Charms. Wonder if that's his favorite cereal. Maybe we'll get the opportunity to talk to him. Or maybe he just took a bunch of logos, things he likes. I don't know. Pretty cool paint. Either way, Fruit Stripes, the gum. Anyone remember that? It would taste amazing for like 5 minutes. And then it wouldn't taste like anything. Onward we go. Here's the 07 Garst Media Royalty Motorsports and Mad Cow Designs 07 of Lauren Vincent out of Salina, Kansas. Second season with the SCSRA. Made the playoffs last season. Short-lived playoffs, but playoffs nevertheless. So he's looking to rebound. He had a decent showing last week. 14th at Daytona. As I mentioned, nearly 30 cars last week. And we're going to be close to that this evening as well. Here's the 67 M&M Pet Sitting Machine of Matthew Fritz. New paint, new colors, new number. Who dis? Matthew Fritz says. Yeah, Jesse, you did. That was the last thing I tried. I was so frustrated, man. And it worked. So we're going to hope it keeps going as soon as we go green. That's when I started having issues. But there's a good look at Matthew Fritz there, one of the class acts in the SCSRA. Josh Mueller pulled up along the wall. We'll take a look at him a little bit later. Here's the number 20 Red Bull Oracle Chevy Camaro, Victor Kress, back with us this season. Here is the title sponsor car of the evening. This is the 31 of Jay Stinson in the Frye Disposal Chevy Camaro out of Bristol, Tennessee. New number, new ride for him this season. A lot of guys electing to change their numbers and move things around as others became available. This is who had the 31 last season in the Frye Disposal ARCA series. He's rocking the Frye Disposal logo as well. That's the number 3 of Joey Hickox. Hickox and Stinson, of course, teammates. Pulled the old switcheroo on the numbers. Nice looking cars there for Mr. Stinson and Joey Hickox. AJ Evangelista back for week 2. Man, last 3 or 4 cars I've shown, all red, black, and white. Sensing a trend. Anyone else? I don't know. Teammates, maybe? They call him the Mullet Man. He's rocking the Clean Air Show Chevy Camaro out of Sarasota, Florida. AJ Evangelista. Need to get some more paints on that thing. Practice has come to an end. It's qualifying time here in the Frye Disposal ARCA series in the SCSRA, right here live all season long on Royalty Racing Network. Here we go. First man out is the one we just talked to, and that's the 36 of Devin Zimmerman. 7 Ford's going to be in the field tonight. Just 2 Toyotas. The rest is going to be Chevys. Whew. Chevy heavy. And as a reminder, you can see... Oh, something's wrong here. Stand by. We're just going to do a quick display change. Can take me 2 seconds. Fix that problem. Of course, this is... Anyway, my numbers are moved around. That's kind of interesting since I haven't changed anything. Oh, I see the problem here. That's what I did. I accidentally moved it back in business where it should be. You'll see the miles per hour of all the drivers right above that series sponsor box. And as they come around and take a lap time, you'll see that post right above the Frye Disposal logo. Lap 1 for Zimmerman is 30.009. He got us started. AJ Evangelista 29.890. He is the quick time so far after 6 qualifiers. Ryan Hufford went second quick. There in the 83. Here's a guy we haven't seen yet this evening. He's in the Dev Sports Cards Tammy Strong number 81. That's Josh Hall. 30.158 on lap 1. He's coming around across the line for lap 2. Does he improve? He does. 29.921. Third quick for Josh Hall. Devin Zimmerman to the top of the board on lap 2. 29.752 for Zimmerman. He is on pole right now. Chase Greer follows him. Didn't get a lap time in lap 1. Good one in lap 2. 29.774. Second quick for Greer thus far. Ryan Gomes went 5th quick, 7th quick now. Lap 2, 29.825. 5th quick for Gomes on lap 2. Here's Joey Hickox, currently 7th quick after lap 2. Derek De Silva's out there, 29.862 on lap 2. Good enough for 6th quick. Chase Greer coming to a finish. Here's Jay Stinson, 13th quick on lap 1 as he crosses the line for lap 2, looking to improve on the 30.1, and he goes 5th quick. Here's Michael Lepicki, 29.802, 4th quick for last week's winner in Daytona, and he's off to a good start here in Vegas. Guaranteed himself at least a top 10 at this point, I would believe. Josh Mueller, 7th quick on lap 2, 29.824. There's a good look at that Ford Mustang number 26 of Mueller. Justin Parham takes over 4th quick on lap 2 for him, 29.801 for Parham. As he comes to a close. Garrett Walden in the Exalta 43, lap 2, 29.836, 10th quick for Garrett Walden. Lauren Vincent just finished 29.918, 14th quick. Brandon Anderson, no lap time on lap 1, 29.968 for lap 2. He'll go 17th quick. Here's Vince Brent working on lap 2, coming around turn 4 and onto the straightaway. Vince Brent, 29.783, 3rd quick for Vince Brent in one of 2 Toyotas. Quick time for Zach Stevens, 29.701. With 4 qualifiers left to go, he takes the pole from Devin Zimmerman. Kenneth Redinger now moves to 2nd quick. Warren Kyle Keith goes to 3rd quick on lap 1. He could absolutely take the pole. That slide will not help him. However, 29.752 for lap 1. Really, really fast for the first lap. Let's see if this lap counts for Warren Keith in the 9. And it does. 29.725. Moves up 1. 2nd quick for Warren Keith in the Cherry Coca-Cola Ford Mustang. Victor Kress did not post a lap time. He will start at the tail end of the field. Let's bring up your starting grid here and get it set for the green flag at Las Vegas. Starting on the pole in the number 33, that's going to be Zach Stevens. Warren Keith in the 9 is going to start second. Kenneth Redinger in the 99 will start third. Devin Zimmerman in the 36 will roll off fourth. Chase Greer in the 40 will round out your top 5. Vince Brandt in the 92 starts 6th. Nicholas Walthorn in the 54 will roll off 7th. Justin Parham will start 19th. Last week's winner, Michael Lepicki in the 46 will start 9th. Rounding out your top 10 will be the 31 of Jay Stinson. AJ Evangelista will roll off 11th. Josh Mueller in 12th. Ryan Gomes will start 13th. Garrett Walden will roll off 14th. Derek De Silva in 15th. Joey Hickox in 16th. 17th will be Ryan Hufford. On back we go. 18th will be Matthew Fritz. Lauren Vincent will start 19th. Josh Hall will round out your top 20. 21st will be Ian Davis in the 69. Brandon Anderson in the 49 will start 22nd. Phil Ellis Jr. in the 29 will start 23rd. 44 of Matt Dickerson will start in 24th. And 25th will be the lone soldier not to qualify. That's going to be Victor Kress in the 20. Get to the front of the field here and get ready to go green as Zach Stevens and Warren Keith lead the way. Paige, what's up? About time I see a Walthorn fan. Been wondering where all you guys are. He had good qualifying. He's starting 8th. Lights on the iRacing.com pace car are off, which means we will go green this time around. Only one lap around one parade lap around the larger speedways. Mark, welcome in. Yeah, Zach got the pole. Automatically got some bonus points. No better way to start a race than that. Welcome in, everybody. Thanks for joining me. We're running smooth here so far this evening. Knock on wood. And as they come out of turn 4, we're going to go to the starter cam and see those boys hit the Echo Park restart zone. Zach Stevens will get on that loud pedal and bring us to green for the first time tonight in the Frye Disposal ARCA Series here at Las Vegas. Keith had that first lap just by a nose on that top side over Zach Stevens, but they're staying side by side for the most part. Couple guys starting to single out. Ooh, Zach Stevens jump up front. We have our first caution of the night, and it looks like quite a few guys involved. Let's go take a look at it on the Royalty Racing Network instant replay. This isn't it. As they grid. All right, maybe not as many people involved. Let's see here. This says is what brought out the yellow flag, but I don't believe it is. Let's go back. Maybe Victor Kress right here. Go take a look at Victor. He is down pit road. Ah, yes, the number 3 of Joey Hickox, very loose right in front of Victor, and unfortunately heavy damage for Joey and Victor there on lap 1. Strange that that didn't show up on my tracker here to easily bring you that. Whatever. Do the best we can here. Nancy! Joe! Yes, two of my... well, how would I say that? I'm their biggest fan. Gonna be a good one here tonight, folks. 110 here, and working lap 4 after a first lap caution. You can see there, right above and in between the timing tower, you can see who's on pit road and how long they've been there. So what that means is Josh Hall, Joey Hickox, and Phil Ellis Jr. are all down pit road. Of course, it helps to kind of know the first couple letters of the person's last name that you're watching or looking for, but pretty cool little feature there. Joey Hickox, Josh Hall, extended service times there on pit road, as now Hall is on his way out. 26.8 seconds for Josh Hall on pit road there. Mark, I hope that's a good thing. Hope you like it. Zach did take back the lead before that yellow flag came out. Not a good start, son. Keep going. Yes, Nancy, you always call it like it is. I respect that. I appreciate it. Always good to have you. You know, Nancy, I'm also a racer myself, and my mother watches a lot of my races, my broadcasts, all of them. She is much like you. She calls it like it is. I'll rewatch races and see her comment come up, and it says, the 17 needs to go faster or needs to start driving better. She doesn't hold back on me. Typically, she ain't wrong, though. Let's go 5 car of AJ Evangelista. Let's check in with AJ. Well, hard to see from that view. There he is. Sitting 11th right now. Right where he started. Of course, we had a caution on lap 1, so hard to move up or down. But there he is. We'll get back to him. We'll show him again. Lights on iRacing.com pace car are turned off. That means only one thing. We're getting ready to go back to green. And he'll dive down. Zach Stevens will find the Echo Park restart zone and put the pedal to the metal. And we're back underway here on lap 5 for the second time already this evening. Much better jump there for Stevens over Warren Keith, as Warren Keith will just settle into second. Single file now back to Devin Zimmerman and Chase Greer side by side for that third spot. Fourth spot now. Still side by side. Vince Brent, Nicholas Walthorn side by side behind them. Then Justin Parham comfortably in 8th. Michael Lipicki in 9th. Evangelista moved up 1 so far to 10th. 4 cars right here under a blanket, looking high, looking low, nowhere to go. Chase Greer prevails. He'll take over the 4th spot. Single file now back to 5th. Walthorn looking to the outside of the 36 of Zimmerman. However, Zimmerman is on that inside lane, folks. He's going to have a much better opportunity to save tires, especially if he is perfectly fine giving up a couple positions here early, which, judging by this, he is perfectly fine with it, and I don't blame him. Look at this. We got a mess back here. 3 wide, nearly almost 4 there for a second. They're all spread out, 3-4 lanes. Try to figure out who's in this one. AJ Evangelista leading that group. Ryan Gomes right behind him. Then it's all-out chaos. Ryan Hufford in that pink 83 is there, the 26 of Mueller. Once again, week 2 of season 2, so we're still learning some of the number changes here from people. We'll get it down. Of course, we had all-out chaos in broadcast booth last week. And if you attempted to watch it live, you know what I'm talking about. So we didn't have a great opportunity to learn the numbers last week. 3 wide, 83 of Hufford, right up the middle in between Evangelista and Gomes. Is he going to clear Gomes? Ooh, right there, he does. Nicely done. Ryan Hufford, he's up 5 already on the evening. Up to 12th he goes. Warren Keith has since taken over the lead. It's still very close, though, with Zach Stevens right on that back bumper of the number 9 ride. Kenneth Redinger in the 99, still comfortably in 3rd. Chase Greer, 4th, single file all the way now to Ryan Hufford in that 83. Then they go double file for a few lanes, even 3 wide once again. Now the 67 of Matthew Fritz was in the middle just temporarily. He's got some room to work now as the 16 of Derek De Silva has to back off just slightly to prevent from running into the 67. He had a massive run there on the backside. Now Matt Dickerson will take over the top side there and try to work on the 67 of Fritz. As he dives down to the inside now, really nicely done move there by the 44. He's up 7. Didn't have the qualifying he'd like, but he's turned it on now early, 13 laps in. Biggest mover so far is this man, the 29 of Phil Ellis Jr. in the Lucky Charms Chevy Camaro. I hope we get an opportunity to talk to Phil Ellis Jr. I want to know if that's his favorite cereal. Matt Dickerson teasing 3 wide perhaps, decides better of it. He'll work the low side below Evangelista now. Behind Evangelista, I should say. And below. Uh-oh, look out. I saw someone spinning. Saw smoke. I'm sure you guys probably saw it too. We're all clean and green here though. And they are absolutely stacked up mid-pack. This battle still raging for the lead is now Zach Stevens looking to the low side. Warren Keith still holding strong. This lead only a 1/10 of a second, folks. Kenneth Redinger has taken over 3rd place from Chase Greer. And he has company, does Greer, now from the 92 of Vince Brandt, looking to the inside right now on Greer. Devin Zimmerman, perhaps a small issue temporarily, down 8 spots, and I noticed when we saw the smoke he seemed to have been dropping, but he has leveled out now. Now Kenneth Redinger looks to the inside of Zach Stevens. This for the 2nd spot. Top 6 cars all right here in one camera shot, folks. Uh-oh, Stevens up against the wall now. That's going to allow Redinger and Vince Brent to get by, as well as Chase Greer. Zach Stevens falling back. Nicholas Walthorn perhaps going to get by as well. Stevens looks to have the reins once again under that 33 Moser Racing Chevy Camaro. Side by side now with Nicholas Walthorn, who's now up 2 and has just cracked the top 5 if he can seal the deal on Stevens. Ooh, look out! Stevens a little bit loose there on exit. Good awareness there by the 54 Walthorn. He's going to back it down and just say, you know what, we're going to settle in here. We got a long way to go. 18 of 110, folks. Warren Keith still your leader. But now the 99 of Kenneth Redinger right on that back bumper. Reminder for those at home, the stage is at lap 30. Only one stage this evening. Back here in the Hornet's Nest, and still absolute insanity. I'm not even going to begin to try to count them. It looks like 11th through basically the rest of the field, pretty much. Here's Josh Mueller. Derek Da Silva is actually the tail end. So 11 through 22, 12 cars basically in and out of this group here. And all sorts of three wides and high lows, slide jobs, all that type of stuff. Good racing going on. Too much to keep track of. I'll bring you as much of it as I can, as you know. Tell you what, though, it works a hell of a lot better when the broadcast is working correctly. Oh, look out! AJ Evangelista, I caught it at the tail end, heavy into the wall. Collects Ryan Hufford. No caution is out due to them keeping it straight. Tough break for Evangelista, who doesn't have a front clip, and his car is broken. He will have to tow here or slow it down so low. That's going to really hurt Evangelista. Kenneth Redinger has now taken the lead. Vince Brent has passed for second. Warren Keith back to third now. That happened in the blink of an eye. There's just so much stacked up racing there near the back. Now they're side by side for the lead. The 92, the 99. Who's going to win down the back stretch into turn 3 they go. Even Steven, as now the 99 prevails on the front stretch, and he'll lead that lap. That was a heck of a drag race down the back stretch. Now Warren Keith battling back, except he finds the wall. He just kissed it, though. He'll be all right. Nicholas Walthorn now looking for that 4th spot, taking advantage of Warren Keith's mistake there, tapping the wall. We have a caution out as Garrett Walden has crashed, I see here. Nicholas Walthorn just took over the 3rd spot from Warren Keith in that 9 ride. Those top 6 putting on a show. 11th through 22nd putting on a show. Let's go take a look at the Royalty Racing Network instant replay in Garrett Walden. Garrett Walden here, folks, in the 43 Exalta machine, and the 31 just got loose in front of him. 43, nowhere to go, no way, collected his teammate there, the 44 of Matt Dickerson. Ooh, among others, almost. Luckily, with that many cars behind him with a head of steam like that, for only 2 to be wrapped up in it, pretty darn good. Garrett Walden and Matt Dickerson will survive. They have a fast repair. They'll more than likely take it. And I just noticed my little sound for the replay. It was like 20 seconds delayed. That's hilarious. And a couple fake out jobs here with the top group, if they're going to pit or not. Zach Stevens, Warren Keith trying to pull some tricks. Didn't work. Matt Dixon, Josh Hall, Ryan Gomes, and Garrett Walden down pit road. Devin Zimmerman also down pit road. Wonder how much damage he may have there. 36 of Zimmerman. He does indeed have a meatball flag, and folks, if you don't know what that means, I'd love to show you, but I really can't. You can look it up, Google it. It's a red circle on a black flag. That means you're required to pit because you have too much damage. And it would appear as if Zimmerman did not elect to use his fast repair, which is interesting. I hope that wasn't a mistake. If it is, that would be bad. How's everyone doing? Talkman T? Welcome in, buddy. Joe, yeah, 54. He's cooking. Nicholas Walthorn, he's been awfully fast these these first two races. Dave Leonard Jr., any mandatory pitting for this race? No, sir. There is a stage here in a couple laps. It's going to be a shootout to the stage at lap 30. It is not required for anyone to pit, though, at that stage. So, for example, someone like Garrett Walden, Matt Dickerson, we just saw them wrapped up in that incident. Dickerson, no front clip. Probably didn't check the fast repair or didn't want to use it. I don't know. Either way, the 44 there, looking like a hot rod. If he decides at the stage that he's good enough, he doesn't want to pit, he'd rather take advantage of the track position, he can absolutely do so. I feel like we may see that potentially with like a Phil Ellis Jr., Joey Hickox maybe, some of the guys that are like mid-pack and pit for one reason or another. Don't feel like we'll see that with someone like Dickerson just at this moment, simply due to the condition of the car that we all just witnessed. Nevertheless, pace cars off. Kenneth Redinger, Vince Brandt leading us back to green here for the first time. Kenneth Redinger restarted in the first position. Warren Keith right away looking to the inside of the 92 Vince Brandt. Didn't appear like Brandt got a great start. It is very hard to do on that outside of the front row, and when we have another opportunity to talk about it, I'll explain why. Now the 92 battling back. He might go for 2 for 1 here. The 92 of Vince Brandt to the lead, folks. With just a few laps to go till the stage ends. Brent Redinger, Warren Keith, Nicholas Walthorn there, Zach Stevens also there, Chase Greer, Michael Lepicki last week's. Oh no, we have trouble in the front. This is going to be absolute carnage. The 92 of Vince Brandt escapes. Lot of favorites wrapped up here. Let's go back and take a look at it as we saw it play out. Although not sure we're good here. The 9, I think, just got tight all the way up into the 99, who is already up against the wall. The 54 of Walthorn just nowhere to go. Chaos ensues from there. Luckily for the 54, we're going to keep a close eye on him. I don't think he got tagged. Oh my gosh. The 31 of Stinson, heavy contact to the 9 head on. As you can see the front clip there. The 26 of Mueller. Oh, he just gets into the 54. Oh my gosh. And now Mueller goes for a ride. Man, he was so close. This is carnage. We're going to have to see who comes out of this still intact as the field begins to pit. We're going to take another look here at the accident. Let's go back and watch it live from the cockpit of Josh Mueller. We're going to rewind just a little bit so you get the full feel. If you get dizzy easily or woozy or what have you, may be a good time to look away, folks. Let's take a ride with Josh Mueller in the 26. Almost escapes, and nope. Then he's on his roof. going for a wild ride. Hopefully Mr. Mueller is not in VR. That was a wild one. Back to live action here, and we'll sort it out. Josh Hall going to be scored your leader. Garrett Walden, Ryan Gomes, Kenneth Redinger, Vince Brent. I believe the 92 of Vince Brent won that stage. But again, craziness. I got to figure out a better system, man. This is the second week in a row due to incident, one way or another, that we haven't known the actual stage winner by time pit stops and all that. And now the lights are about to go off. When we're taking a look at a replay, it takes time, and out of respect, I'm not going to pull Vince in here now when he's getting ready to go back green flag racing and probably discuss with his team how to maneuver these last 80 laps here. I try to get a small window of their time when that happens. Let's reset the field. Josh Hall, Garrett Walden, Kenneth Redinger, Ryan Gomes, Brandon Anderson, Vince Brent, Lauren Vincent, Derek Da Silva, Ian Davis, Matt Dickerson round out your top 10. Matthew Fritz, Josh Mueller, Phil Ellis Jr., Zach Stevens, Jay Stinson, Joey Hickox, your top 15. Chase Greer, Warren Keith, Michael Lepicki, Ryan Hufford, Nicholas Walthorn, Justin Parham, AJ Evangelista, Devin Zimmerman, and Victor Kress. Kress, however, did not make the grid. So I keep saying his name. Didn't make the grid, so we'll stop saying his name. And Justin Parham is a lap down, I believe. Why did it go to that screen? Holy moly. There's Josh Hall leading us back to green here. Garrett Walden, who was in that second to last incident, you see there, he pit on lap 24. Perfect example of the pit strategy, or the non-pit strategy in this case. He was involved in an accident. Oh, now Lauren Vincent involved in an incident. Caution is out once again. Oh my gosh, big damage for Vincent. Let's go see what happened here on the restart. There's the 07 on the inside. Oh, and the 44 was loose, and then the 07 came up into him. More team-on-team hate crimes. I think Zimmerman will survive that hit there from Stinson, as if Stinson hasn't had a rough enough night so far. Let's go check with Dickerson. He just took his fast repair and got involved with that. Let's get now with Vince Brent, your stage winner. Vince, Joshua up in the booth, buddy. You got a copy?
10-4, I got you, man. What's up?
All right, man. Sorry I'm grabbing you a couple laps late. I believe you were the stage winner. Is that correct?
I hope so.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not heard anything. I'm having some difficulties hearing people on the radio, so
Fair enough.
I'm hoping so.
Fair enough. Yeah, it's been all craziness these first couple weeks. So trying to determine the stage winner, but you got it done there. You showed great speed late in that run. What was the key to the success there late, and what's your strategy going forward for the rest of the race?
Man, I just wanted to see how the track was going to race. I wasn't sure if we were going to start getting loose as the run went on, and it kind of did. So I'm I'm thankful that I took it fairly easy at the beginning of the stage because it seemed like my tires held on a little bit better than some of those guys that pushed it. So I guess what it comes down to is just tire saving. So it worked for me in stage one. I'm gonna, I guess just apply the same strategy and finish strong, hopefully.
Well, there you go. Caitlin is in the chat. She just said, "That's my hubby number 92." All right, cool. Didn't know she was
Heck
around.
Yeah, baby.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
She's probably
Well, I love you,
watching
baby. Thank you for watching.
on TV, the fancy
Yeah, we're
stream.
Gucci over here.
Vince, last question before you get ready to stack them up to go green here. What led to the change to the 92 from the 11?
I grew up a big Kevin Harvick fan, so 29 was always special to me. And unfortunately, that number was taken. I was born in 1992, so it just kind of seemed flipped to 29, and it kind of had sentimental value to Harvick and my birthday. So other than that, really nothing fancy, but that's what led to it.
Right on, man. Well, Vince, always a pleasure to talk to you. And congrats on winning the only stage here at Las Vegas. Maybe we'll be talking to you after the race.
I hope so, buddy. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Once again, folks, that was the driver of the number 92, Vince Brent, Beer Money Racing competitor, and he earned himself some beer money with that stage win tonight here in the Frye Disposal ARCA Series. Good looking ride, that 92. Caitlin, he appreciates your support, and I'm still jealous you get to watch it on TV. But at the same time, I like telling people that I'm on TV. They don't need to know it's YouTube. I should be on TV anyway. Broadcasting some sort of races. Here's your leader right now. That's the 81 of Josh Hall on that top side. .43 of Garrett Walden on the inside lane. That front row, folks, in case you're wondering why the leader is starting on the outside, the front row does a choose. They can pick. Do they want top or bottom? What? Both? Committed. That's so you can text chat, right? 81 of Josh Hall. Really nice jump here. Let's see if we can't get a little green flag run going as Hall way up to the top of the racetrack. Garrett Walden going to take advantage. Look to that inside on that lower lane, and he will clear. New leader, Garrett Walden in the 43s, up 13 on the evening. Josh Hall now getting surrounded. The 99 of Kenneth Redinger goes by. He led a few laps in the early going. And our stage winner and just recent interviewee, the 92 of Vince Brent, sitting there in fourth. Look who's made his way up there, though. Matt Dickerson, your biggest mover on the night right now, up 19. He's been involved in a couple incidents, but he's doing just fine. Brandon Anderson also up 16 here in that very colorful number 49. At least the numbers and that pink stripe along the bottom are colorful. On a black base, good looking paint. Can't go wrong with a black base. And then you add some neon colors. Alicia! Now people are starting to turn out. Did y'all forget what time the race started? Just kidding. We'll check in on that 54 of Nicholas Walthorn here momentarily, Alicia. Down 10 spots on the night, found himself in some trouble, but he's still out there, and he's still on the lead lap. Josh Hall now finding the wall just a bit, getting really close. They're 3 wide now. We've seen this turn bad a few times already tonight. The 49 of Anderson says, no, thank you. Matt Dickerson and Anderson will fight it out now. Dickerson going to take the spot temporarily. There is, Brandon Anderson right on that back bumper, just pushing along that 44. They're side by side. In front of them as well is now the 92 of Vince Brent, under fire from that 81 of Josh Hall. battling back after some wall contact here early on this restart. Garrett Walden still leads. Kenneth Redinger keeping it close. We'll keep an eye on that battle for the lead. Now temporarily they go single file. Matt Dickerson now perhaps looking to the outside. He pulled the old crossover move. The opposite direction, usually crossover to the bottom. Matt Dickerson, heck of a run on that outside lane down the backstretch on the 92 of Vince Brent. Also trying to look on the 81 for third, perhaps. Here's Ian Davis in the 69. He's trying to hold off Derek De Silva in that 16. Matthew Fritz and Ryan Gomes, Ryan Hufford all behind him. Warren Keith trying to work his way back up through the field after an incident he had with guys on the last lap of the 30-lap stage, but he's recovering nicely up to 12th now. Last guy on the lead lap is this man, the 07 of Lauren Vincent. Trying to hang on and hope for a caution. Get some more damage fixed. AJ Evangelista would be your lucky dog recipient as of now. He's hoping for a caution as well before these guys get to Vincent. Here's Ryan Gomes now. This is the battle for 8th, 9th, 7th, whatever you want to say. 5, 6, 7 cars close by. Stinson has had a rough go of things. He may have got some damage fixed and called it a night. He had to take his fast repair on one incident, and then right after that, he unfortunately had nowhere to go and found himself in trouble again. Nothing he caused or did wrong, just the wrong place at the wrong time and bad luck. Kenneth Redinger looking to the outside of Garrett Walden, looking to take back that lead where he was near the end of the stage. Walden going to fight him off for now as they now creep up towards the 07 of Lauren Vincent, who looks to be staying to that inside lane. Yes, he is. As the leaders work past Vincent now. Make sure they all get by free and clear and clean. They do. Good job to everybody. And Lauren Vincent, AJ Evangelista did get by Vincent. He would remain that lucky dog recipient should there be another caution, unless he finds himself being involved in the incident. Oh, look out, the 99 and the 43 touch. They keep it straight though. Good racing up front here right now for the lead. Walden on the top side, the 99er Redinger on the inside. Several guys behind them looking for an opportunity as well. The more these two guys up front battle back and forth, the more the rest of the field allows or is able to catch them. And you see exactly that happening as all the way back to AJ Evangelista is part of this lead group now. Now I know AJ's a lap down. That's all the way back to 18th place. That's 18 cars right there in that one shot, folks. Then you got Zach Stevens, Devin Zimmerman, Parham, Vincent back there. Nicholas Walthorn still hanging on to the lead lap, hoping, like so many, another caution to get some damage fixed. A lot of damaged cars here early in this race. Some elected to take their fast repair, some not. Some already racing without their fast repair early into the race. Oh, the 43 is awfully loose right in front of the 44. He goes all the way down to the bottom. That's going to give the lead now to Matt Dickerson in the 44. Kenneth Redinger will run second to him now as he looks to the inside now on the 44. Vince Brent looking to the outside of the 92. He'll get that move done. I'm sorry, Vince Brent is the 92, the outside of the 99, I should say. Brandon Anderson in that 49 still hanging tough, and now Vince Brent awfully loose. They're driving the heck out of these cars here. 20 laps in, basically 17 as we had issues on the restart. So 17 green flag laps here. Warren Keith is back up to 6th and right on the inside of the 92 of Vince Brent. Ryan Hufford in that 83 breast cancer awareness ride having himself a good evening so far. He's up 11. Vince Brent Warren Keith still trying to work on him. Josh Hall has since fell back as he finds the wall again there in front of teammate Ryan Gomes. Gomes gonna look to the inside now on the 81. Here's Chase Greer right behind these guys in that 40. He was wrapped up in an earlier incident as well. He's back to 10th right now. Some guys working their way back up here. Warren Keith did indeed clear the 83 of Hufford now for the 6th position, and he'll set his sights on the 43 of Garrett Walden, who has had all sorts of problems with that car just as of recently, probably due to the later pits or the earlier pit stop. Walden folks had pit on lap 24 right when he had that incident, and the majority of these guys, in fact, all the way back to 7th, everyone but Walden hit on lap 29, which was, of course, the stage. Uh-oh, the 49 heavy into the wall. Lost a front bumper. Got steering damage on the 49 as he can't steer that thing out of the wall. As the 36 of Zimmerman comes by, the 49 of Anderson was having a great run. He'll look to take that ride back down pit road now and get out there. Still plenty of time for anything to happen here. The 99 of Kenneth Redinger is now taking the lead. Vince Brent in the 92 back to 2nd now. Matt Dickerson has went back to 3rd. Warren Keith already up to 4th. Last time we checked in a mere moments ago, he was 6th. Ryan Hufford now up to 6th and working on the 40 of Chase Greer. This is the battle for 5th, and then a whole slew of people right behind them. Phil Ellis Jr. here involved with this group. The 67 of Matthew Fritz right there. This the battle 8th through 11th. In fact, 8th, Michael Lepicki, just a little bit further up. He's closer to Gomes. So this would be 9th. 9th through basically 15th at any given moment. Kenneth Redinger now 3 wide with Matt Dickerson and Vince Brent. Vince Brent finds himself a little bit loose there. That might have been due to the 44 being on that quarter panel. They all make it out alive. 92 back to the front. New leader here on lap 58. Gets loose again on exit, allowing the 99 of Redinger to now try that top side as the 9 of Warren Keith looks behind him. Starting to get a little more spread out here throughout the field. Couple decent sized groups. 3 different lanes being worked here by these folks up front now As now Warren Keith shoots down to the apron. He takes it 3 wide. He's a little bit loose on entry. Vince Brand into the 99 now. Not sure if he got nervous about the 9. Everyone stays alive there. Warren Keith to the lead. Oh no, Chase Greer's around. Chase Greer and others bring out our 5th caution of the evening. Our 4th due to incident. See what happened to Chase in that number 40. Gets loose there in the corner. Then it just goes around on him. Oh, man, and Phil Ellis Jr. hard contact. The 67 of Matthew Fritz. Amazing to miss that. Greer goes to the bottom of the speedway, and no one else involved but Josh Mueller. Heavy contact there. Or, I'm sorry. Who was that? Phil Ellis Jr. My apologies. Back to live action. And folks, while we have a moment, we will step aside and hear a few words from our sponsors here at Royalty Racing Network. Stay tuned. Welcome back, folks. Let's get you caught up on what happened here. Warren Keith, Kenneth Redinger, or Warren Keith decides to stay out. My apologies. Everyone behind him, at least everyone that was on the lead lap, just decided to pit. So we're going to have to see how that plays here for the 9, but he's definitely fast and very confident. And it's going to be exciting. Warren Keith is going to remain your leader. Kenneth Redinger remains 2nd. Matt Dickerson in 3rd. Ryan Gomes in 4th. Michael Lepicki in 5th. Ryan Hufford in 6th. Phil Ellis Jr. in 7th. Garrett Walden 8th. Vince Brent in 9th. Ian Davis rounds out your top 10. Josh Hall, Derek De Silva, Joey Hickox, Chase Greer, AJ Evangelista, Matthew Fritz, and now Nicholas Walthorn round out those on the lead lap. That is back to 17th, folks. Brandon Anderson 2 laps down. Lauren Vincent 2 laps down as well. So Nicholas Walthorn hung in there. He now gets his lap back. He'll rejoin the field at the tail end as they get ready to go back green, and we'll see what Walthorn can do. Yeah, Alicia. Yep, he's going to be doing better now since he's on the lead lap and he can actually compete for position. We'll check in with him here momentarily. Pace car pulls off. Warren Keith, Kenneth Redinger leading us back to green. Warren Keith still leads, however, the 99er Redinger right there on the outside. Matt Dickerson in that middle lane for now, just kind of feeling out where he might be able to go. They do have new tires. Warren Keith in the 9 did not pit. Last time he pit was lap 29, folks. These other guys just pit on lap 61. We'll see how fast he gets swallowed up here as it's already begun. The 99er Redinger takes over the lead, followed by the 44 of Matt Dickerson now. Phil Ellis Jr. in that Lucky Charms ride, recover from incident there, and he is back into 4th place. He's up 19 on the evening, having a good run right now. The 92 of Vince Brent already back up into the top 5 after his pit stop. Oh, multiple cars in the wall. Garrett Walden, he hangs on to it. That's impressive. It looked like when he got loose there, how everyone else was going to have to check up and kind of pile in, but everyone keeps it good here. Is now Warren Vincent pulls way down the speedway in precaution of someone getting loose there. I think it was 46 of Lepicki. Josh Hall was thankful. Oh no, we have more trouble here. Lepicki into De Silva. And another caution is out. Lauren Vincent involved. Alicia, if you live in the same house, just go over there and tell her, all right, get up. Okay, so 2 cars against the wall. We saw that, and then the 07 tried to save it. Unfortunately, head-on contact. Don't believe he has his fast repair. That might be it for the 07. Not sure. Actually, somehow he does not have a meatball flag, so that is not it. Let's go back to live action here as we work caution number 6. We're going to step away once again for another brief commercial break. We'll be right back with you. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks. They get ready to stack them and rack them back up here To go green once again, I'd like to take a moment to thank our title sponsor of the SCSRA ARCA series, and that's Frye Disposal. Thank you for coming back for year 2. Ladies and gentlemen, check out Frye Disposal at fryedisposal.com or give them a call at the number on your screen. They do weekly trash pickup in Smith County, Virginia, and the surrounding areas. Call or email them for quotes. Mention iRacing and receive $10 off. Once again, that's fryedisposal.com. Pretty awesome deal there from Jay Stinson and Frye Disposal. Also, don't forget to check out our Royalty Racing Network merchandise. Send the link here at some point. We're getting ready to go green, but if you haven't checked it out, it's awesome. We got hats, shirts, hoodies. You can pick a t-shirt and put it on one of 30 different colors if you want. I have one of about every item on there, and it's all incredible. Kenneth Redinger leads us back to green along with Matt Dickerson on lap 72 now as they crossed the stripe. Good jump for the 99 of Redinger. Phil Ellis Jr., the 29 here in the Lucky Charms ride, battling for second now over Matt Dickerson. I'll tell you one person who was awfully happy to see that caution come out, and that's Warren Keith in that number 9. Elected not to pit on our last caution and got gobbled up in a hurry. So a fairly quick caution. He was able to pit now and get back on track with most everyone else. Matt Dickerson now takes over the lead from the 99er Redinger once again. These guys battling back and forth so consistently, it's hard to keep up, and then also watch battles going on elsewhere on the speedway. But we're doing a good job of it so far. Josh Hall working his way back up into the mix now as he's side by side with that 92 of Vince Brent. Vince Brent closes him off for now. Hall right up on that back bumper. Now Brent goes to the bottom side. Phil Ellis Jr. fell back a couple spots just moments ago. Now Redinger back to the lead as Dickerson is on the inside. AJ Evangelista, what a rebound he's had this evening. He found early trouble, ended up being a lap down for quite a while. Now he finds himself not only on the lead lap, but he's back in 7th position now, right up on the back end of these guys battling for the lead. Top 7 cars all together as now a couple guys find the wall. Nicholas Walthorn, another one who's had to battle back from early trouble, finds himself now in 6th. Flip is Lauren Vincent. I just saw this message. Yeah, man, rough night for sure. That's all right. Back at it next week, or, well, tomorrow night, I guess. Now Josh Hall back to 2nd place here on the fresh tires. Having a good run on that top side. Walthorn looking to the middle. They're 3 wide. Dickerson, Walthorn, and Hall. Walthorn right up the middle, and he gets the pass completed. Very nice move. Nicholas Walthorn will take over 2nd. Oh, and now Josh Hall finds the wall into Walthorn. Dickerson has to go below the apron there. Nice move there. Phil Ellis Jr. heads up racing as well. He went down below the apron. How they keep it all straight there is beyond me, but a good job to do so. That allows Redinger to get out to the biggest lead we've seen all night here, nearly 4 tenths. See how long it takes these guys to reel him back in. Last week's winner, Michael Lepicki, battling side by side with Derek De Silva here. This for the 13th spot. That's the 46 and the 16. Similar paints on those rides. Ryan Gomes battling Ian Davis here for 11th. Davis on the outside in the 69. Able to hold off Gomes for now, but now he's got company on the outside with De Silva. He holds off both of them. Now he'll go back up to 10th. I'm sorry, 11th. He's up 10. Check on Warren Keith here. He's back in 16th. Probably saving tires. I have a feeling maybe those guys that pitted on lap 61 might not have make it. Oh, now Ian Davis, I just mentioned he was up 10. And he's going to be the caution. Broadcaster jinx once again. Oh man, the 69 off the wall into De Silva. Holy smokes. Very hard contact there. Broke the whole front end, probably blew the engine. And the 69 of Davis will more than likely need a tow after that one. Let's see. Yep, going nowhere. That's tough break. Hopefully he has his fast repair. Guys starting to drop here. As now all the way to Anderson, that's 17th spot, at least one lap down. More than likely he'll go more than one lap down, but as a result, that would then leave Devin Zimmerman, my apologies, as the lucky dog recipient. I think he'll probably get a lap back right now, in fact, which would put him back to one lap down. And he would then get another one. Pit stops here by some of our leaders, most of our leaders. Let's see who stays out. Josh Hall, the first one to elect and stay out. He'll take over the lead here on lap 83. Joey Hickok's staying out. He's had a full night of incidents he's been involved in. Not that he's caused any, but he's hanging in. Tell you what. It's all you can do, man. Hang in there and never know what happens. He'll restart second. Ryan Gomes staying out. Chase Greer, Warren Keith, Garrett Walden. Top 6. Chase Greer and Warren Keith pit on lap 70. Hickox, Gomes, and Walden pit on lap 69, so basically the same time. And Josh Hall pit on lap 61, so he's got considerably older tires from everyone else. '54 Walthorn hanging in there. He took a pit stop. He's 7th. He's going to restart as the first guy that pit here on lap 82. So he's leading that group. Back up front, the lights on the pace car are off. So we're getting ready to go back green here momentarily. Zimmerman did indeed get a lap back. He'll hope for one more to get back on the lead lap, and See what happens. In fact, Brandon Anderson did make it off pit road in time to stay one lap down. So Zimmerman and Anderson will have to compete for the potential lucky dog recipient here. Man, we got some amazing looking paint jobs in this series, don't we? Shout out to all these guys. Or their painters. Gonna be on lap 85 when we go green here. Coming down the stretch. Getting late. All these caution laps. Back under green we go, and Josh Hall, very nice jump there on that outside lane with the much older tires. We'll see how long he can stay out front. He does have a small buffer from the really new tires all the way back to Walthorn, so we'll keep an eye on Walthorn. See what he's able to do and how fast he's able to move up through the field as we take a look at him there on your screen. They're 3 wide right behind him. Dickerson going right up the middle. De Silva got a little nervous. They all keep it off the wall and out of each other. So now Matt Dickerson leads the way of the guys that pit here on that last caution. He's working on the 55 Orion Gomes. Got Warren Keith right in front of him. He clears Gomes. Chase Greer back up there. Chase has been up at the front, then all the way in the back and forth, I think twice now. Still doing a great job. Dickerson looks to the inside now, right on that bottom line. The old 2-for-1 job. Gonna try to slide up in front of Warren, doesn't work. They're gonna be side by side now. Check in with that 54, Nicholas Walthorn going the wrong direction, and based off his pit time, it would appear to me like he only took 2 tires or fuel only, which may have been a boo-boo. He's already dropped back to 12th versus everyone that took 4 tires here making their way up pretty quickly. And there's the 43 of Garrett Walden. He pit on lap 69. He's hanging on. He's got Phil Ellis Jr. right behind him, and that's who leads the way now. Matt Dickerson back up to the front. I'm sorry, I missed that. Missed him run up through there. I thought Phil Ellis Jr. was leading the way of guys that pit here on 82, but I was wrong. Dickerson back to the point. Joey Hickox really doing a nice job sitting here in second place, pitting quite a bit later or earlier than most of these guys right on the back bumper of him. But he's hanging tough right there. Doing a great job. And now Walden getting pushed by Warren Keith. Walden now still side by side with Hickox. Warren Keith, it looked like, thought about pushing 3 wide there. They're all stacked up right behind Dickerson. 2 by 2 for about 3 rows, it looks like. Something's got to give. Phil Ellis Jr. hard into the wall. The 92 of Vince Brent into the wall as well. They keep it straight though. How they get straightened back out, I have no idea, but that won't bring out a caution. You see the damage there on the 92. I think once he wrangles it back in and gets back up to speed, he's going to be okay. Doesn't look like damage to end. On the Phil Ellis Jr. spins now after trying to get down pit road, it looks like. Man, Phil Ellis Jr. having a heck of a run tonight. Up there in the top 5 a lot of the time. Even overcame some issues. Here's Ryan Hufford now. Nicholas Walthorn, imagine that, they're next to each other. That was basically all of last season. 54 of Walthorn looks to have evened it out with everybody behind him now a little bit. He was driving like he had a parachute attached there for a while. With those old tires in comparison, he lets his teammate by, Nicholas Walthorn. Back to 11th, Ryan Hufford into 10th. And shout out to Mr. Hufford, Breast Cancer Awareness Toyota Camry. $17 to go here, folks. 17 to go. Matt Dickerson leads the way over Kenneth Redinger. And Garrett Walden, Redinger right there on his back bumper, close by though. Garrett Walden, nice bounce back evening so far. Devin Zimmerman looking for another caution. Brandon Anderson right there in front of him. This is for the lucky dog, folks. So right now, if the caution came out right this second, Anderson would be the lucky dog, get his lap back. Zimmerman would stay one lap down. Unless, of course, the whole field pit, except him, but unlikely. And unfortunately, it does look like Vince Brent having some trouble with that damaged number 92 now. Oh, is now the 54 hard into the wall. Hangs on to it though. Zimmerman gonna work past the 54, but that doesn't matter. That's not for position. Zimmerman's goal is to get past the 49. He was trying to get past that 92, also not for position. Kenneth Redinger takes over the lead now from Matt Dickerson as we approach 13 to go now. Laps ticking down in a hurry when we're under green. Here's the battle back here. Warren Keith has taken over third now. AJ Evangelista right there in fifth. Garrett Walden being scored in fourth, even though AJ and Walden side by side for right now. Ryan Domes still working on Hickox. They both tapped the wall there, except Hickox tapped it significantly. Kenneth Redinger still leading, 12 to go now. Derek De Silva, your last man on the lead lap currently. He's in 15th place. Just cruising out there. Probably content with being on the lead lap with 11 to go. AJ Evangelista now works into fourth position. Oh no, and Garrett Walden spins Evangelista into the wall. Oh my goodness, we saw it live. The 67 of Matthew Fritz, nowhere to go. He's collected. Oh my gosh, that was extremely hard contact. Let's go back and see what happened. Meatball flags for AJ and Matthew. Let's go back and take a look. We're going to slow it down. It's all good right here. Evangelista in the 5 car in front here. All good. And the 43 just gets into him. Similar to a bad bump at a super speedway, and in a matter of a millisecond, AJ Evangelista went from driving comfortably, I'd assume, to all of a sudden looking at the inside wall. Tough break there, and he's not going to be happy. I know that much. Nor should he be. That looked a little rough. Back to live action here. 10 to go. Going to be less than 10 to go by the time we go back green here. And we got some pit stops happening. Warren Keith leads the train of pit stops. Warren Keith, Garrett Walden, Ryan Gomes, Joey Hickox, Chase Greer, Nicholas Walthorn, Vince Brent, Josh Hall, Michael Lepicki, Derek De Silva. All down to pit. Kenneth Redinger, Matt Dickerson, Ryan Hufford staying out. And got to believe Devin Zimmerman was hoping that everyone would go so he could stay out and get a lap back. But not the case here. Brandon Anderson will indeed get your lucky dog. So now back to 14 cars on the lead lap. Getting down the stretch here. Whoa, Phil Ellis Jr., what happened there? Did you see that? How's Chad doing? You guys ready for the end of this race here? I'm definitely ready. Take this opportunity to shout out Majestic Promotional Branded Apparel. Whether you run a company, a government agency, sports team, or even a virtual race team or broadcasting network, turn every item into a statement with Majestic Promotional Branded Apparel. Comment for details and I'll send it over, or you can send me a message on Discord. If you own a business, it's perfect. A sports team, anything and everything. And make sure to check out the Royalty Racing Network and Royalty Motorsports gear on our team store. Great deals on there, and you help us out to be able to put this on and race and leagues and all that type of thing, and have the great benefits that comes with being a part of Royalty Motorsports. Joe, you say one more big one? I could see that. People are going to get aggressive here. Phil Ellis Jr. doesn't have a front end on his car. Oh, that's, yeah, okay. What the heck? How's he out there driving that thing? Weird. Just seen that he crashed, but I'm under caution, I guess. Weird, I show he's crashed 3 times. Maybe technical difficulties? Not quite sure. Back to green we go. Kenneth Redinger, Ryan Hufford leading the way now. Redinger, very nice jump here. And all of a sudden, 7 to go. See how this plays out. Ryan Hufford into second. Gonna peek to the inside of Redinger. Not quite there yet. Oh, he is there on the quarter panel now. Ryan Gomes also there, though. Now nearly 4 wide. Matt Dickerson all the way to the top. 6 laps to go. Redinger holds on somehow from all 4 of those guys trying to get back at him. Now we have guys that just pit. Ryan Gomes, Warren Keith with fresh tires trying to make their way up there. Now Matt Dickerson looking back to the inside now on Redinger. A little bit more calm of a move. Now Keith down to the inside again. We're going to have another caution as Lepicki's around with 5 to go, and this will make it a green-white checkered flag, folks. Yes, Lisa, it was rough. I think it was one of those situations coming around the corner. And he had a rough go of things there. So a little bit of overtime here set to come your way. AJ Evangelista appears to be done for the evening, unfortunately. Phil Ellis Jr. may be as well. Josh Mueller. Early exit for Mueller. Rough night for a lot of these guys here. Vince Brent won the stage. Now he finds himself on pit road and has a black flag or something. He's been down there an awfully long time. Warren Keith leads now based off when that caution came out. There was so much jockeying back and forth, and then we were watching the accident, of course. Zimmerman finally lucks out and gets that lucky dog. So he's happy because now he can compete for more positions. Brandon Anderson was our last lucky dog recipient. He's up to 11th. Michael Lepicki still down pit road, so Zimmerman will more than likely move in front of Lepicki and have an opportunity to get the top 10. Zach Stevens still out there. He is 2 laps down, scored in 14th, so all things considered, he started second, so he's not going to be happy, rightfully so, but 14th out of 24, and you've had kind of a rough night. Could be worse. Back up front, the lights will go off and we'll be ready to roll here again. Joey Hickox, Chase Greer still in the running. Nancy and Lisa, there's Chase in the number 40, orange and blue ride there. Sitting 5th, right where he started. Joey Hickox, right behind him in that number 3, red, white, and black. Almost said red, white, and blue. I can't even speak now. But running 5th and 7th right now. Hickox is up 9 on the evening. So not a bad race so far from him. The field very small here now, as you can see, in comparison to what we started with this evening, between cars still on pit road and now cars a lap down trying to catch up or just out. At least 5 cars, no, I believe 6 cars are out. Barrett Walden still down pit road. Oh, he couldn't. That's weird. What the heck happened to him? Interesting. Not sure. Warren Keith will lead us back to green. And now Kenneth Redinger appears slightly slow on the restart. Matt Dickerson going to take advantage, going to take over second place for now with some help from Chase Greer on that inside lane. Now the 44 jumps up in front of Redinger, coming around to the white flag here, and as long as they take that white flag, which they will, the race will be final. Oh my goodness, Joey Hickox as the white flag comes out. finds trouble. Good news for Hickox. He's on the lead lap. He's going to guarantee himself a 13th place finish because it's the final lap, but not the way he wanted it to go. Here's Warren Kyle Keith in the number 9. He's out of turn 4, and Warren Keith wins at Las Vegas, followed by Matt Dickerson. And just like Tank Racing took 1 and 2 last week, Royalty Motorsports says we can do it too, and they take 1st and 2nd in week 2. Warren Keith punches his ticket to the playoffs. Let's bring the full results to you now as we see our top 3 get ready to take pictures and celebrate. Oops. I'll get it right. There we go. Warren Keith gets the win. Matt Dickerson gets 2nd place. Chase Greer manages to pull out a podium and finish 3rd. Very nice race from him. Kenneth Redinger finishes 4th. He was up front all night long. Ryan Hufford rounds out your top 5 in that 83. Nicholas Walthorn, very nice battling from him all night long as well. He finishes 6th. Ryan Gomes finishes in 7th. Derek DeSilva in 8th. Michael Lepicki in 9th. Very nice start to the season for Michael Lepicki. He wins last week, follows that up with a top 10 tonight. Nicely done there. Devin Zimmerman finishes in 10th. Brandon Anderson in 11th. Josh Hall in 12th. Joey Hickox in 13th. Zach Stevens in 14th. Vince Brent in 15th. Ian Davis in 16th. Garrett Walden finishes in 17th after kind of a mystery of what may have happened to him there late. AJ Evangelista in 18th. Matthew Fritz in 19th. Phil Ellis Jr. in 20th. Lauren Vincent in 21st. Justin Parham in 22nd. Jay Stinson in 23rd. 24th was Josh Mueller, and Victor Kress being scored as 25th on the grid. We're going to give these guys a second to settle in. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with our post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere. All right, back with you in a hurry here. We're going to get right to it and get with our 3rd place finisher. The number 40 of Chase Greer found himself starting in a really nice position. Started 5th on the evening. He kind of had an up and down evening, and he finishes 3rd. Chase, welcome to the broadcast booth here, sir. Tell us how you were feeling throughout that race, the emotions, the roller coaster, and your overall thoughts.
Felt overall good early, just was trying to save tire. Then we had that long run, and I was an idiot and spun out. And so then that was the bad part of the roller coaster. Then I just slowly but surely making my way back up there. Had tires late, was just needing a little bit of space to maybe try to get up there with Warren, but he was pretty fast. And but yeah, no, I was up and down. That spin was pretty stupid, but overall, luckily I got a 3rd and clean race there at the end, at least with us in the leaders.
That's right, man. It was a heck of a race to watch. I mean, the battling all the way through the field. I couldn't decide if I watched the front, watched the middle, back and forth. But it was awesome. And you know what? You finished 3rd tonight. Got a podium, first one this season for you. First of many, I'm sure. So that spin means nothing now.
That's true. Luckily, a little bit more momentum since I had a terrible Daytona, but overall good race for me, and hopefully the streak can continue next week.
Absolutely, man. Back on track here early. Always good to get up there and get some confidence built and some momentum built. And let's look ahead just briefly. How you feeling about next week?
Texas, another mile and a half, so hopefully similar to this. Hopefully I get to talk to you again, and if not, then unfortunate, but we'll try to figure it out. I think I'll be decent at mile and a half this year. Hopefully a little less cautions. I know that was probably boring this week, but we'll try to figure it out and make the racing better.
Hey, man, it was exciting racing, to be honest. And we got a couple good green flag runs in there. So before we let you go, Chase, anyone you'd like to thank or shout out tonight?
Shout out to mother-in-law. I know she watches this, Kinsley. Thanks for doing the broadcast, and everybody who puts us on SCSRA, and you'll have a great night.
All right, Chase, well said. Good to talk to you as always, man. And we'll see you back out here tomorrow night.
All right, there, but
once again, folks, that was your third place finisher, Chase Greer. Let's get now with the second place finisher, the number 44. That's Matt Dickerson. Matt, welcome to the Royalty Racing Network broadcast booth, sir. How you feeling after that one?
Pretty good, man. I'm glad the team got to win. Warren was flying. I think I had a real good chance if we didn't get that last caution. I just didn't have another set of tires, and Warren saved a set there at the end, so he was able to take the last set and had fresher tires. So, I think I was fast enough. I just didn't have the strategy perfect.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you that if that was a strategy call not to pit and get tires, or if you just didn't have any. But that answers that. So you read my mind. Matt, you started out, obviously. I know you pretty well. You didn't qualify the car the way you wanted to. Started making your way up through the field really quick. Then you found some incidents, of course. Tell us what it was like as far as the strategy changing, the situation changing as the race developed and things played out along the way.
Yeah, so beginning of qualifying, that was just my fault. You know how I am, so I set up for the second lap. That way I used the first lap to warm up tires. And then, I went into one, and then I started coming out of two, and I was just pushing to the wall, and I was going to hit it. So I had to let the throttle breathe, and then it just, you lose all momentum down the back. So I knew I was going to start in the back right after that. And then throughout the race, it was just, I guess I went up there pretty quick, but I was just trying to stay patient, stay out of everything, which I pretty much did until Garrett, got into it there with someone, and then he was sideways right in front of me in the middle of the track. I had nowhere to go. So. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, dude. I had a ton of fun. The car got super loose, and I liked that. I was, skating around. That was a lot of fun. Yeah. Trying to hold them guys with fresher tires off and get that second still.
It was incredible to watch as well, and I'm sure everyone else at home loved it too. There were some crazy wrecks, which people seem to enjoy unless it's someone that they want to win.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it really mixed up a lot of different strategies. So really, really nice second race here at Las Vegas. You guys all last season put on a heck of a show, which is why I was so excited to come back this season as the broadcaster. And it delivered once again this evening. Matt, before we let you go, celebrate this one. Anyone you'd like to thank or shout out?
Yeah, man, I want to thank you and everybody at Royalty Motorsports. I like being with a team and, a bunch of good guys. And then I want to congratulate Warren. He had the strategy right, and he was able to get the win. And then the rest of the teammates, Lauren and Garrett. And then hopefully, Sharon's back next week, get to run with him some more. So yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. I'm looking forward to getting some more wins for the team. Hopefully get some more of them.
Right on, man. Well, you'll hold a special place in the history. You got the first one for Royalty Motorsports in the SCSRA, so that belongs to you forever. And then Warren Keith here tonight got the second one. So pretty darn cool, but we'll let you go celebrate it and maybe cool off a little bit after that wild one. And we'll see you back out here tomorrow night. You race next gen? I can't remember.
I was planning on it at the beginning of the season, man, but I got a lot of stuff with work, and
That's right.
college and all kinds of stuff. It's
That's
busy,
right.
man.
A little
It's
busy. Yep. Understandable. All right, man. Well, then we will talk here soon, and the viewers will see you back out here next week.
All right, man. Have a good night, buddy.
You too. Once again, folks, that was your second place finisher, Matt Dickerson. Now let's get with your winner, the number 9 of Warren, Kyle Keith. Warren, welcome to the broadcast booth, sir. Congrats on the win. Tell us kind of how things played out for you. I mean, we saw you up front there early, of course, and then some incidents occurred up front. Absolute chaos occurred, and then ended up you had enough tires for late. Worked out for you. Tell us about it.
Yeah, just it was one heck of a up and down race. We were up front early. The car got unbelievably tight before the end of that stage, and that's what caused that wreck out of turn 2, or started at least. But we had a quick repair. Luckily, we took it, and it just became kind of just riding around, kind of see what we could do strategy-wise. Near the front of the pack was just, it was cutthroat the whole race. Back and forth, everyone just dipping and diving. So just kind of held in the back, kind of saved some tires. I think the big turning point of the race was when we had that caution with about 45 to go. Everyone else came down pit lane, and I was the lone soldier out there.
Yeah.
I said I'm saving a set. I was like, these tires are just melting on the right rear. I think you're gonna want to save a set. So I knew I made my bed. I only was about 10 laps to pitting anyway, and then luckily got a caution with about 4 laps before I had the pit, and then came down, put a set on, and at that point we were actually good to make it. So that's what I was doing in the back, was actually just saving a bit of fuel to make it. Then another caution came out, came down, didn't take a set there. Didn't take a set, put fuel in it, and then we were good to go and got that caution late. So it was just the strategy of hoping a caution came out within a certain time frame. It did, and luckily we reaped the rewards of picking to just save a set rather than come down and burn them up.
Oh, definitely. I even mentioned that on the broadcast. We saw you stay out. I kind of foreshadowed that maybe was the play there, and then 7-8 laps later, maybe a couple laps later than that even, I said the happiest person about this caution right now is Warren Keith. Sure enough, down pit road, and then you found yourself back up at the front. It was a miraculous drive from you and everybody in the field. Incredible racing all night long, even though a little crazy and wild at times as far as the cautions, but that happens. Warren, I've alluded to it a couple times here in the first couple weeks, the powerhouse teams that are in this series on Tuesday night. Tank Racing came out last week at Daytona on top of that and finished 1-2. Now, you and Matt Dickerson come out here tonight, Royalty Motorsports, you pull off a 1-2. Tell us kind of what that does to establish the momentum, and then also, if you will, throw that punch back and establish yourself as a potential championship contender in this league.
Yeah, everyone knows momentum is such a big thing. I don't think it's more of a punch back. It's just, it's just how the races work out. There's so many good drivers in this series that, saw tonight. I think at one point there was the top 8 was within about a second and a half of each other. So, it's not short for the weary. It's not big powerhouse teams. Yeah, that does help. You have more people to kind of bounce strategies and stuff off of, and kind of get a better checklist of, will this work or will it not, instead of maybe being 2 guys going, hey, maybe we should do this. So that does help out, especially for strategy, especially when like staying out there. I kind of bounced around the guys. I'm like, if you come down, I'm staying out. They're like, go ahead and try it. So it's always good to have that backup to kind of go, hey, do what you need to do, instead of maybe just being 1 or 2 people. So sure, the powerhouses work, but I don't think it's, a big punch back when it comes to that. A lot of these guys are good. I know Venom's good, Tank's good. They got a lot of guys and a lot of good racers in there. So, maybe at plate races, I might agree with you that the powerhouse teams do make a big difference. As you saw Tank last week, they executed that quite perfectly, kind of sticking with each other the whole race, and they ended up being a 1-2 finish for them. So, when we go to tracks like that, sure. But here, next week at Texas, we start going to short tracks at Rockingham, or not Rockingham, but Richmond. I think it's just bouncing off your teammates, trying to see what works, what doesn't, and then the individuals will start making their way up to the front.
Yeah, definitely. It goes a long way. And when I said powerhouse teams, as far as the team points go throughout the rest of the season,
Gotcha.
not necessarily one race to the next, but
Yep.
yeah, I mean, everyone's going to be tough, right? You mentioned Tank Racing. Venom Racing is going to have those amazing races where they have two guys on the podium. Hufford Racing, phenomenal finishes tonight from them. So, yeah, there just a lot of great teams throughout the season, but that opportunity to have those teammates definitely goes a long way at times. Warren, before we let you go pop the champagne in Victory Lane and celebrate the first win of the season, anyone you'd like to thank or shout out tonight?
Yeah, so I thank guys over at Royalty Motorsports for coming on out and helping out, and obviously, like I said, just bouncing off ideas. It's great to have a good team like that, kind of just to build off of and try to see what works and what doesn't. Everyone at skmcars.com. A lot of the paint schemes you see on the 9-car run, and then a few on the Cup Series are SKM originals. So hopefully we'll be putting those out on the trade and paints for you guys to have. And then other than that, just thank you for broadcasting every week, Josh. We had a really good race tonight, and looking back at the chat, I think we had one person up and over the night, so it must have been a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, it was, and the broadcast was much better as well. That I'll say that for myself. Last week was pretty bad. But we got back on track tonight. Warren, go celebrate it. Congrats, man. Win number 2 in the SCSRA for Royalty Motorsports overall, so congrats on that as well. And we will see you. You race the Cup Series, right?
I race part-time Cup.
Yeah.
I'm all full-time ARCA. Yep.
We won't talk about last week. But maybe, just maybe, I'll see you tomorrow night, and I'll be on track with you. But have a good rest of the night. Congrats once again.
Thank you, sir.
Once again, folks, that was your winner on the evening. Punches his ticket to the playoffs here in the Frye Disposal ARCA Series. Warren Keith. Man, that was an awesome one. Our biggest mover tonight, Matt Dickerson, he finished second. He was up 22 spots after qualifying not the way he wanted, as you heard. We're going to get out of here. It's been a long one tonight, though, but went smooth. Frye Disposal, once again, check them out, FryeDisposal.com. Get $10 off your services. Majestic Promotional Branded Apparel. They do all our team store equipment, our attire, apparel, and they do our Royalty Racing Network apparel too, and it's sweet. You got to check it out. And finally, SM Racing Products. Take your sim experience to the next level with custom-made button boxes, dashboards, and more. With SM Racing Products, check them out at sm-racingproducts.com. Promo code ROYALTY at checkout for 20% off of your purchase of $150 or more. For everyone here at the SCSRA, Frye Disposal ARCA Series, and Royalty Racing Network, my name is Joshua King. Hope you enjoyed the show. We'll see you back out here next Tuesday, and have a good rest of the week. Good night.